Hey everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bodabra. So today's Monday. We are always live on Bodabra on Mondays, and it's the busiest day of the week. So this morning we filmed Home Talk. We also shipped a bunch of wreaths and centerpieces that had to go out. I just finished a new tutorial for my group. We are live now. Then I have a live after in my group, and then thereafter we have a live on my business page. So it is my favorite day of the week. We say this each Monday because I get to see all of my favorite crowds, including you guys. So Dad's behind the camera tonight, and the cool thing about tonight is we have all new ribbons that we, picked up the other day. Sam's Club ribbons, which are 50-yard spools for $6.98 in case you haven't heard of it. If you can't get your hands on them, or if you don't have any local Sam's, don't worry about it. There's so many other places you can buy ribbon from. But we have purples. We're going to be designing a simple wreath. And Bodabra tonight is giving away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon. So while Dad shows off some of the flowers and some of the ribbon we're working with, I am going to quickly pull up the video and make sure to share it with all of my friends on my page. But we have this beautiful, can you see the satin on this?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
This is definitely a ribbon I would use for fresh floral designs. It's this beautiful dark violet color, and it's one of my favorite colors. And it just picks up so nicely in bows. It's, just stunning. Then we have a plaid right here that you see. We have this. Isn't that the perfect 4th of July, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, whatever holiday you want to celebrate? I love that ribbon so much. That would look great, Dad, too, in... what do you call it?
You could even,
ladybug wreaths.
Yeah, you could even probably use that for Christmas, too.
You definitely could use it for Christmas. So the sky is the limit when it comes to stuff like that. We also have a, beautiful lavender. And lastly, we have 2 shades of pink. We have a pink gingham, and we also have a just a solid lighter pink, like a baby pink. So without further ado, we are going to start our video now. And as I said before, as you guys come in, all you have to do is just comment down below that you would like a free ribbon, scrunchy ribbon. The color choices are red, silver, and gold. I am still in that silver kick, you guys. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. And hopefully you all had a great day. Let us know what you guys did today. So like I said, we had a busy start. About an hour or so ago, I did burn myself with my hot glue, which has not happened. How long is it? It's been years since I burned myself.
Yeah, I haven't heard you say that in a while, yeah.
So I burned myself. Yeah, I was in a rush. The household upstairs was chaotic. My family was making so much noise. I was listening in and trying to film at the same time. I ended up with a little burn. But with that being said, for all of you crafters out there, a tip I can give you is to make sure that your glue is very thick. That's the reason my burn isn't so bad. But if I had the temperature 20 more degrees with that glue skillet, I would not be happy. So we're not in pain, so that's a good thing. Which ribbon do I want to start off with? This one's going to be for our wreath. So how about we do just a solid lavender? How does that sound? We used this ribbon last night with Bella, my sister. She filmed my live on Nick's Seasonal Decor last night, and everybody wanted a lavender-specific wreath. So that's what we ended up creating. What kind of bow do you want to see, Dad?
Well, since I said traditional yesterday, I'll go with funky.
Yeah, so 2 days ago you said traditional. Dad actually filmed a polka dot tutorial live on my page 2 nights ago, and every time I ask him that question, you guys, his go-to answer is always funky bows.
Funky bows.
So for him to say traditional, I don't know. He must have been feeling different the other night. But all we're going to do is just basically create a bunch of awareness ribbons. See how we have that formed like that?
Yeah.
We're just going to create a bunch of them. Look at that tail. See how long that tail is?
Yeah.
In comparison to that, it's not going to matter, you guys. The more different you make those tails, the better off. I do like to make sure my loops are as similar as possible. They don't have to be exact either. So if you're interested in the large Bodabra, your Bodabra wire, your mini Bodabra, or some ribbon kits, you can order them through my affiliate link. Bodabra has pinned the comment down below in the comment section. So if you just click that link, it'll redirect you to Bodabra's page, and you can order your Bodabra.
Hi, everyone.
And the thing about ordering a Bodabra, you guys, is that it lasts a lifetime. I'm still using this Bodabra I've had for, gosh, almost 10 years now, which is crazy because I haven't been, doing Nick's Seasonal Decor for 10 years. But, back when I was doing fresh designs all the time, I was, using this thing like crazy. So it's, it's definitely like a lifetime commitment with this Bodabra because it lasts forever if you take care of it. I take that back because I don't take care of my Bodabra, and it's still going to last a lifetime. As long as you don't throw it from like a 10-story building, it should be good to go. So that's our 3rd loop. How's everybody doing? Hi, Nick and Dad. Welcome, Barbara. Thank you for tuning in. And also, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button and that share button, we would greatly appreciate it. And if you're new here, or if you watch our videos on a frequent basis. The biggest tip and support that you guys can give us is just dropping a comment, letting us know that you like these videos. You know, it's honestly the best feeling in the world when you guys let me know that these videos are hopefully inspiring to you, hopefully teaching you how to make a bow, and if not either of those things, hopefully we're entertaining enough for you to keep us company. But if not, I understand, right, Dad?
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully we're entertaining. All right, so there's our final loop. I don't know how many I added. 3 on this side, 2 on that side. We got 5 loops here. Hi from California. Welcome, Diana. I bet you're having beautiful weather in comparison to the rest of us. But all I'm doing is I'm just going to tighten that. I forgot to say what I was doing, but since we took the wire, I'll show you guys on an extra piece. I'll just cut a length for our next bow because we have more bows to create tonight. Always cut your wires longer than you think you'll need because you're better off having it longer than shorter. So we cut a long length. And see how one side is a closed loop right here, and then the other side you have 2 open ends. If we place this into our Bowdabra like so, right, when we bring it together, all I do is, it doesn't matter which way you bring it or which way you have it facing, just bring those 2 wires through the loop. That's what I did. And then imagine this is your ribbon right here. When you pull it, it creates a slip knot like that. So that's what I did. Hopefully, I think that was a great demonstration, Dad.
It was.
How was that?
Too bad you don't have a yo-yo at the other end of that.
I know, right? Hopefully that made sense. But now it's secured to an extent. It's not going to last forever, but if you have to step away, you can walk away and the bow is secured for the time being. But then what I do is I take my wires, I flip my bow over. Let's see if we can do that. Like that. And then I just tie it several times. And I see we're at almost 350 viewers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I like to give it a couple knots. I don't want my bow going anywhere. So there's our bow. Now it's time to make it look pretty. So as I've said before, the most important step with bow making doesn't matter the quality of ribbon that you have, because I honestly, even though we use wired ribbon, and I do recommend higher quality ribbon, does not mean you have to. You know, we all end up buying things that we A, don't like, or B, don't think we can use, or you know, C, aren't the best quality. We can always put them to use. It's all about the fluffing and the, you know, finishing touches like dovetailing. So, you know, how many of you guys, let's see by, you know, show of hands or show of comments, how many of you guys have ribbons that you've purchased over the years that you hate or aren't great quality? I have my fair share, don't I, Dad?
Yep.
There's plenty of ribbons I have in my shop that I just don't like and don't ever want to use. But even those ribbons we still can put to use as long as we give it a good fluff. So let's clean up our little station because I'm terrible about doing that, you guys. That's a goal of 2021, is being a little bit more cleaner when it comes to designing. Now we can fluff it. So fluffing, most important step of bow making. Pull those loops, pull those tails. Look what I did. Always with Dad. I always miss a tail. Always with Dad.
Never fails.
How many new scissors? No, Don. So these scissors are actually pretty bad. My old scissors, I think I cut some wire with it by accident because they're not working. But that's okay. I have like 15 new pairs that Dad bought me for Christmas, which we're going to be doing a giveaway at some point on my page with, because I'm not going to be going through 15 pairs of scissors. One pair of scissors lasts me like 3 years. There's our bow. How pretty does that look?
Very pretty ribbon, too.
Me, I had to walk away from it because I was not happy with it. Randy, that is totally fine, and I've done my fair share of doing that. If you're not happy with it, walk away, come back to it at a later point, and then you can always correct any issues you may have. So that's pretty, isn't it?
That's pretty. I like the ribbon.
I love that lavender, and I think that works nicely with this. So maybe if we have time, we'll do like a combo bow. So the next bow, let's do this ribbon and this ribbon. How's that sound? I think those both look great together. So we're going to do a blend. So let's do, watch this. We have our wire already cut, right? About a 24-inch piece or so. We're going to place that into the slit into the middle of our Bowdabra.
I believe there was 3 loops on one side and 2 on the other on that last ribbon.
And honestly, that's one thing that you don't need to focus on. You know, the more loops you have, the more full your bow is going to be. And you might not always want a super full bow. I certainly don't all the time. So just keep that in mind. I just honestly make loops at random and make it work. But if you want it to count, there was 5 in that. But, you know, never go off of that exactly, you guys. I know even if you're just starting out, you could be saying, well, why isn't he giving us super specifics? And because I was with you at one point or another, just starting out, and what has helped me is just having my own freedom of trying things out. So even if you're a brand new beginner to bow making, my biggest tip I can give you is just to, you know, try it out. Try it out. Don't use the exact amount of loops that I did. So now what we're going to do is create 3 loops on either side, about 3.5 inches or so. You could do 5 inches, you could do 2.5 inches, you could do whatever size you would like. It's also a good idea, too, just to hold up a few loops against the project you're working with to see if that's to scale, because you don't want to do an absolutely massive bow for a design, and you don't want to do something too kind of tiny. So 3 loops.
Where can they purchase the Bodabra, Nick? There's a link at the bottom of the page.
So my affiliate link is pinned in the bottom, the pinned comment. You guys can order all of your Bodabra needs there, including your wire, your mini, your large, and some ribbon kits, too, if that is something you're interested in. So there's our 3 loops, right? Now we're going to snip that off. And don't forget to like and share this video too, you guys. We appreciate all of the support. And with that being said, if you're interested in learning... Here, let me say something. I'm going to go on a little talk right now. I want as many people to learn from me as possible, but I know that the way I teach may not work for everybody. And we've all had teachers in the past that we've really clicked with and, not so much. So if I don't, click with you guys with my teaching, that is A-okay. The beauty of Bodabra is that they have many different designers, including Sandy, the owner and creator of Bodabra. So if my tutorials don't work for you, that is A-okay. Bodabra has posted the link in the comments section to their group where they have tons of tutorials as well as their app too. So, if I don't click with you, there's got to be a designer out there using the Bodabra that will click with you. So, just look around. Bodabra's got a group, like I said, with lots of tutorials and blog posts too on their website. But now we're going to come back in with this. I think that's a pretty canvas ribbon. So now what we'll do is we'll just do 2 loops on either side. And these loops are going to be about 1 inch smaller than the original one. So if you're doing 5-inch loops, make these loops about 4 inches. If you're doing 3-inch loops, make them about 2.
Yes, Nick likes to turn his Bodabra. It's easier for him.
It's easier for me. And with any tool in life, anything, you're always going to have to kind of customize it to your hands and to your liking. So I know lots of designers don't rotate their Bodabra, but it just works best for me. So, try both ways. See what works for you. So there's our second loop on either side. Now we're going to come back in with what, Deb?
Your little button.
My little button loop. That's what we like to call it. So we're just going to snip it off. This loop's only going to be about 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Compress it. Bodabra does come with the wand. See the wand here, you guys? That you can just place into the Bodabra and scrunch it down. I don't use it, but that's an option that comes with your Bodabra. Now you can pull your wires to the middle like I showed you guys a little while ago. Let's see. There we go. And pull it tight. Now you can take it out of your Bodabra and secure.
And don't forget, everyone, the Bodabra wire comes in gold and silver.
Yes.
100-yard spools.
So 300 feet, you guys. So Joe Lynn says, I can't imagine anyone not clicking with you. You are amazing. Well, thank you, Joe Lynn. I appreciate that. But the truth is that we all learn differently, and the way I teach may not work for some people. I'm fully aware of that. And that is totally fine too, Joe Lynn, That's the beauty of having, such a big community that we have, is that there's somebody out there for everybody. So always keep that in mind. If you're not learning how to use your Bodabra from me, Sandy, like I said, has tons of tutorials. There's just so many videos out there, it's not even funny. But also, to you guys, on Nick's Seasonal Decor, this week, what we're actually having posted is a kind of fast-forward version using the Bodabra. So definitely check out my page later this week so you can see different ways of using your Bodabra, creating different bows. We have like 5 different versions going in that video, so I'm excited to post that. Now we'll just fluff this bow out. So since we have kind of a little bow within a bigger bow, we'll just separate those loops. This is going to be pretty, Dad.
I like the colors.
Right? Isn't this very springy and summery?
And the ribbons, someone asked a question before. I think it was Bob. The ribbons came from Sam's Club.
Yes. Sam's Club. $7 for 50 yards.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. All
Well,
right,
that's
so
really nice, Nick.
pull those tails down. Doesn't that look cute, you guys? Show some love if you like that bow.
Great bow.
That's cool. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Right? So never be afraid of using multiple ribbons too. With that being said, you may, like for those of you that do follow me, you may see that I don't use a whole lot of ribbons, variations within my bows. I like to keep them simple, but this is definitely simple enough for me where it's not overpowering. I never really use more than 3 ribbons per bow. Occasionally you might see me use more, but the simpler the better in my eyes, and this is definitely the perfect simple bow. How cute is that?
Hi, Marianne. Marianne gave a heart. How are you, hon?
Hey, Marianne.
That's a great bow. Definitely. It's beautiful.
All right, so how are we doing on time? All right, we've got some time to kill. Let's make another bow using this. So my favorite bow technique of all time is a traditional bow. And I think the reason for that is because we use it so much. This is the bow, even though we do funky bows 365 days a year, just from the 2 months at Christmas time alone, we'd make tons and tons of traditional bows. And they're beautiful for year round. You know, we use them for spring wreaths, summer wreaths, fall wreaths. It's just a technique that I think everybody should know. First and foremost, this is the technique that, you know, everybody should have down pat. So what did we forget, Dad? We forgot our wire.
Bodabra wire.
Yes.
Not just any old wire.
And I'm running a little bit low, but this has lasted me probably over 100 bows by now.
Hear that, Sandy? Running low.
And over 100 bows, and I'm quite wasteful with my wire, too. Like I said to you guys before.
I know, you cut big strips and it still lasts forever. I mean,
I'd rather cut it longer than shorter, so I'm, like I said, quite wasteful, and it still lasted such a long time. Take our wire, see the little slit on the top of the Bodabra? Just place it in. What I end up doing is I end up just taking those wires and tucking them underneath my Bodabra. Now we cut our tails. These are about 24 inches on either side, give or take, maybe a little bit shorter. Place your tails in, and again, traditional bow, one of my favorites. Let's see if we can get to 400 viewers, you guys. That would be awesome. Take your ribbon, backside facing down. No, backside facing up, right? So you might be wondering why you do that, but when you gather your loops, the pretty side's on top. So this bow is probably the easiest, but I know lots of people still struggle with it. So we definitely want to continue doing them. So just create as many loops as you want. What happens when you add more loops, loops then?
just a fuller bow.
It's a fuller bow. Do you always need that?
Nope.
No. So for spring and summer, I like to actually do less loops. That way I can tuck in some greenery and flowers within the loops of my bow. So just continue working them in. What a pretty ribbon this is. This would be perfect for a ladybug wreath.
Yes, I agree.
Right? Or these with yellow sunflowers would look great too.
Teresa wants to buy all the bows.
Awesome, Teresa. So all the bows that we make, we actually give away to our wreath customers. So anybody that purchases a wreath from our Etsy shop, I'd say about 90% of the time. Maybe
Pretty close to it, yeah.
We do end up giving our bows away just because we make so many, you guys. Even just Bodabra each week is tons of bows, you know. So we also do a bow tutorial each night. And we just have so many. Of course, we can sell them, but, you know, you guys have been so good to us that we might as well just share our bows. So now what I'll do is I'll cut off the ribbon. Now we can secure it. So take your wires, right? And you can compress it. So I never really have my bows up to here. That's a lot of loops, and usually I don't, you know, max it out. Usually this is the height I go for. Take your wires, bring them to the middle, and tighten. So now it's not tied. We have a slip knot. Now we're going to tie it several times again. I like to give it 2 or 3 good knots.
Michelle Lawrence says, I learned bow making from you, Nick. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. Okay. Now what we can do is fluff it out. So with fluffing, there's really no strategic pattern that I do. It's not like I sit there and pull one thing from one side to another. You know, that's just not what I do. I just pull things, right?
Yep.
Kind of separate it, try to make it as even as possible. That's usually what I go off of. Especially with the bow with one ribbon. It doesn't matter which way you pull those loops as long as it's kind of even. And there you go.
That's another stunning bow.
The easiest but most successful bows you can make. Everybody loves traditional bows. They work for every season, every holiday, and they're totally customizable. You can do this technique with 2 ribbons as well. What do you guys think of that? Show some love if you like that bow.
400.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for helping us hit 400. Pretty. Thank you. This looks so much easier than the Easy Bow. So I can't speak on, you know, the behalf of Easy Bow. I've never actually worked with it. But that's another thing, too, you guys, is that, you know, I've used Bodabra for so many years that I'm very, very comfortable with it. You know, if you just picked up your Bodabra, or if you're thinking about it, you know, it's so inexpensive that if you don't like it, you know, you don't have to use it, but I do recommend picking it up because look at the bows you can create with it. If you struggle with making bows by hand, or if you have arthritis or carpal tunnel or any issues, or if you just want to preserve your hands over time, the Bodabra, I love working with it, and it's incredibly easy. Like I've said for years too, you guys, once one bow clicks in your brain, it's kind of hard to forget. So, you know, if you haven't made a bow yet, or if you're still struggling, give it time. It will click eventually. I can promise you that.
Rosemary Stone says, hi, Nick. First time watching you.
Welcome, Rosemary. That's a beautiful name, too. All right.
That's
now
nice
we're going to
purple.
make our wreath bow. So hands up if you're excited for our bow, for our wreath. It's going to be very pretty, but very simple. So if you struggle with making wreaths, this is probably as easy as it can get. So we cut our tails. Now it's time to cut our wire. like so. Place it into our Bodabra. And again, I like to just take my wires and tuck them underneath my Bodabra. Take our tails. So now, Dad, for this wreath, what should we make? Traditional or funky?
Can you do something in between?
You know what? We tried something else last week. Let's try that again.
Bodabra says the winner soon.
Yes, comment down below if you haven't commented yet. All you have to do is just let us know if you want to win, and Bodabra is generously giving away a free roll of ribbon tonight.
Scrunchy ribbon, yeah?
Yes, scrunchy ribbon.
Silver, gold, or red?
Yes, for my own curiosity, let us know what color you guys like the most. So what we're going to do, Dad, is usually we have those cut before we stick them in.
Yep.
We're just going to place them in like that. We're actually going to do multiple loops before cutting it off. See how we just did 2 loops like that?
Yep.
Now we're going to cut it off. Right? And now we're going to repeat that process. So kind of just a different kind of bow. All right, there's our next tail. Come back in with another loop.
Hi, Tony. Tony says hi, Nick and Dad.
Hi, Tony. I see we're over 400 again. Thank you, guys. Let's do that one more time. How's that sound? One more time. That should be enough. And for our final turn, we'll just do, again, 2 loops. There's our first loop. So now we have 2 on one side, and we'll do 1 more. How's that sound? That should be enough. So we have 5 loops on this bow, and only 2 cuts that we've made. Snip off our ribbon. Again, you can compress it, but if you're only dealing with a couple loops, you guys, you don't even have to worry about really scrunching it down or using your wand. You know, if you're doing tree toppers, that's a different case, but for this, even if you just take the wires to the middle and pull tight, it's going to stay. So you don't have to, you know, compress such small bows like this. Now what we're going to do, Dad, is just take our wires to the back and secure. Would love to win gold. Awesome, James. I'm seeing lots of new faces tonight in the comments section. How many of you guys, this is your first time tuning in? And how many of you guys are kind of our usual crowd who we absolutely love? All right, so we're just going to dovetail those real quick. We showed you guys how to do that earlier. Fold your ribbons in half, cut from the middle towards the outside.
That's a stunning purple, Nick.
Right? I love this color.
That's so nice.
Right? I love it. Everybody seems to love this kind of dark purple. All right, I think I dovetailed all of them, Dad, but knowing you being here with me, chances are pretty high I didn't. All right, let's fluff this out real quick. I think I dovetailed them all. Look at that. That's something different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Less tails to the amount of loops we got. So now let's make our wreath. So we're going to take our bow. Almost 450. Keep those likes and shares coming, you guys. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Choosing the ugliest side. That's another tip I can give you guys too. Choose the ugliest side of your wreath to place your bow on.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle says love you and your family. That's so sweet.
Thank you, Michelle. And yes, let's see some hands and comments for Dad. What a great family I have for helping me film each and every night. They all take turns, they all help, and they all, you know, kind of know you guys at this point, you know? It's just, I don't know. My business has taken such a wild turn over the last few years, and we're right now in my favorite part of my business where my family's really involved, which is really, really nice. So you don't see that too often, but I enjoy my time with them, and it's kind of like our little family hangout.
Hangout
like
time.
Our extended family, which is really nice. All right, there's our bow. That looks so pretty all on its own, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I love that. So the winner for tonight is Sharon Marty Danini. So congratulations, Sharon. Send Bodabra a message and they will send out a free roll of scrunchy ribbon to you of your choice, red, silver, and gold. And be sure to tune in every Monday. I am live here on Bodabra at 7 Eastern every Monday. And Bodabra also does pop-in lives occasionally as well. But each Monday we're live. They do announce one lucky winner for a free roll of scrunchy ribbon.
Congratulations, Sharon.
Yes, congrats. Let's all wish Sharon a congrats. I see so many comments each week on Bodabra on our lives saying, I never win anything. And, you know, sometimes that's, you know, they're the lucky winners. So you never know. It's all just a matter of luck. The winners are chosen at random. So we're just breaking down one bush of this greenery. This greenery I've just had for years. Don't even know where it came from. Probably AC Moore, which is long gone at this point in time.
Yeah, Nick was using the Bodabra wire.
Yes.
And this is what it looks like.
Yes.
Right there.
And
it comes in silver and gold.
Silver and gold. And you guys can get that using my affiliate link in the comment section. So Bodabra will reshare that. again, so you guys can order. But like I said, a little goes a long way. And at the same time, we're quite wasteful with our wire, so it lasts a very, very long time. I say we probably get easily, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 bows from each roll.
Maybe more, I'm telling you. You get a lot.
Maybe more. We get a ton. Okay, let's work in a couple more pieces of greenery until we switch over. We have some beautiful lilacs tonight. And a funny thing about lilacs, you guys, is Dad actually got mad at me years and years ago. Remember this, Dad?
I don't actually.
Yes, you do. Let me start telling you and you'll
remember. Oh, my lilac tree?
Because he had a big lilac tree in the front yard, which I love lilacs. But the issue is my dad didn't know how to take care of it. So it grew kind of gnarly and it was unsightly. So
wild.
I cut it out one year and he was so mad at me. I do this stuff all the time to him. He's just used to it at this point, I think. So I removed it. He was so mad at me. He said, I love that tree. And we ended up creating a beautiful flower bed in it. And Dad, how do you feel about that now?
I like it better now.
Oh, see, he always likes what I end up doing better. So that's just our little story with Dad. He always gets mad and I always end up making him even happier. He doesn't like to give in right at first, though, you guys. He sits there and he's like, no, I still wish I had it. And then a couple days later, he's like, well, it doesn't look too bad, but I still, wish. And then, 3-4 days later, he's like, oh, okay, I like it. So that's how Dad works and operates. So breaking down some of these lilacs, they're not the most realistic ones. We've worked with definitely better quality ones over the years. And just last week, we worked with better ones. But for a simple, inexpensive project, you guys, I mean, it can't get any better. You're not wasting tons and tons of money. These make great gifts. They're very simple to put together. And we're not using anything, too crazy. Very simple. Especially if you're making your first wreath. This is probably the easiest wreath you can make.
Where can they get the glue pot, Nick?
Amazon. So I did share that on my page yesterday. I did make a story on my business page. So if you're interested in that, you can get your glue skillet. I haven't used a glue gun in a long, long time. Occasionally when we do fast videos, I might use a glue gun, but it's not my thing. I hate the glue guns. And I'm actually looking at like 8 of them right now that I've had for years that have like cobwebs on them because I haven't touched them. So, if you don't like glue guns either, definitely get a glue skillet because they're so useful. Okay, what do you think, Dad? Do you think we need to work in some of those pink flowers too? Or do you think that purple is just enough?
I like the purple theme, yeah.
All right. Fluff that out. How are we doing on time? We got 3 minutes. All right, you guys. Here's the simple tutorial. Look at how pretty that turned out. Show some love if you guys like that. I know lots of you love the color purple, as do I. Growing up, it was probably each one of my family members' favorite color, because it's just so beautiful, right?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because Mary said, will it have 3 legs? That's hilarious. That's a good one, Mary.
Yes, it will ship out, and they will break 1 leg.
A special Nick's glue bot. Yes. A 3-legged glue bot.
So while we have the time, let's do a quick little bow tutorial using the Mini. So, the Mini is great for hair bows and stuff like that. I wear a hat 24/7. I don't need no hair bow. So Sandy, the creator of Bowdabra, is the best at that. So if you haven't checked out her videos, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Check out Sandy's videos. Join their group. They have a free Facebook group. And, she has hundreds of tutorials as well using the Bowdabra. So, we're just going to create a little simple bow. Not a hair bow necessarily, but, I heard, from a lot of my southern friends that the bigger the hair bow, the better. So I guess, you can make this into a hair bow. But let's start off with our tails. We're going to cut... Last week we made a small bow using our Bowdabra. Mini Bowdabra. Let's see if we can make a bigger bow. I haven't tried that yet. I've only made kind of smaller bows using it. So this is a beautiful plaid, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So we'll take that, place it into our Bowdabra like so. And we're going to create some longer loops. Let's see what we can create using the Mini. And this you can pick up using the link in the comment section as well, our affiliate link. Let's see what we can do. There's 2 loops, right? Let's do 2 more. We'll do 2 loops on either... And that's another thing too, you guys. If your loop is way too big, you can just pull it through like that. Very easy.
Little adjusting.
Little adjusting. I didn't know there was a Mini Bowdabra. Well, Marianne, now you do. And how cute is this little thing? If you want to make bows on the go, just put this in your pocket. You can make bows. That's something I would do. So let's create... What else should we do? Let's do 1 more loop, medium size. So we're going to have 2 big loops and 1 medium loop. Try something different tonight, might as well. And then lastly, Dad, what are we going to create?
A long tail?
No.
A little button.
Long tails.
A little button.
Our little button. So we'll just cut that about 1.5 inches again. Snip it off. Nick, you are very talented. Thank you, Judy. So Pam, we actually already gave away Bo Dabra's ribbon today. So tune in for next week, next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We will be giving away another roll. And you could be our lucky winner. Take it out. Take your wires to the back. So happy you got this old lady making wreaths again. Thank you for teaching me so much. I'm pushing 80. Oh, thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. And I would love to see some of your work. That goes for all of you guys. Definitely share pictures with us. You know, it makes my day. Really, it really does. I enjoy seeing everything you guys create. And the talent you all have just blows me away. I see something I make, and then I see stuff you guys make, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got to step up my game.
There's a lot of talented designers
Incredibly
out there.
talented crafters, designers, business owners out there. It just blows my mind. Let's push in our little
Sandy
button.
says, Nick and Steve, thanks so much for your amazing live.
Thank you, Sandy. So like I said earlier, definitely check out Sandy's live. She, you know, occasionally pops in live midweek. She'll schedule like a live video. And Sandy's just, you know, wonderful. She's always such a pleasure to talk to. Me and Sandy could talk for years. You know, we could talk forever. She's just awesome. So here's a little simple, but not little. I mean, it works, right?
Yeah.
So here's kind of a decent sized bow using our mini Bo Dabra, which is just the cutest little thing. So again, you can get your large Bo Dabra right here, your mini Bo Dabra, your wire, your ribbon kits. You can get everything from Bo Dabra. We have our affiliate link in the comment section. This is the wand it comes with, in case you're interested in that. So with that being said, we created tons and tons of bows and a beautiful wreath using one of the prettiest ribbons I've worked with. So thank you all so much for joining in tonight and joining each week. We are live on Bo Dabra at 7 Eastern every single Monday. We always enjoy when you guys tune in. And we always have a roll of ribbon to give away, so might as well tune in. So thank you, Sandy, for having us as a guest, and I love you guys. And we'll have pictures of all of these taken and sent to Bo Dabra soon, and we'll see you all next Monday. So thank you guys again. Go get your Bo Dabras if you haven't, and if you have one, give it a shot. You know, bow making is very, very easy once you kind of catch on. So I love you guys again, and we'll see you next Monday. When, Dad?
7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.